welcome back. I'm Tasha. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I thought I would start trying to give like an introduction on my videos because a lot of times I know I just kind of jump in like you already know what my videos are about. But I'm Tasha. My husband's Keith. He's not here right now. But we have built this little off-grid cabin. We're empty nesters. We're grandparents. And we just bring you along for our journey. It's an off-grid cabin, and it's just about slow living. We grow a big garden. We bring you along for our garden, harvesting our garden. There's recipes along the way, but I enjoy everything old-fashioned, everything slow living, and that's basically what my channel is about, and building this little off-grid cabin. Sorry, it's windy today. The camera may shake a little. And I was so shocked just a few minutes ago. The locusts were so loud. I thought, well, they're not even going to be able to hear me. And I had went down to the barn for a few minutes, and I come back and they're not even making their sound. So I thought that was odd because they were extremely loud a few minutes ago. But the sun is getting ready to come back out again, so they may start back up. Is the locust bad in where you live? Oh yeah, and I also need to mention I'm from the mountains of Kentucky, and I skipped last weekend's video. I'm sorry. We were going to Ohio. We were going to a horse sale in Amish country, and I will include some clips of the auction. Spoiler alert, we didn't buy anything. They started back up. I don't know if you can hear them, but we were looking for a little mare pony to add. Our grandsons have 3 and little ponies, and we were looking for another mare, but it just didn't work out. That's how auctions are. You can get your eyes set on one, and it can go. Like the one we had set, our eyes set on for Keith, yeah, it went for almost $6,000. Way deeper than our pockets. But I thought in today's video, we haven't been doing a whole lot of projects here lately, which I've said on my previous videos. And if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know, May through the end of July, middle of August, it's usually garden content, which I have been filming a garden video, but I don't know, I may have to scrap it. I don't know if you watch the news or if you're local and you know what I'm talking about, but we had on Saturday Friday into Saturday, very bad weather. Tornadoes touched down in London, Kentucky, which is about 45 minutes from here, and I think their last count was like 24 people were dead. It was horrible. And also it was supposed to hit here too. We actually on Friday into Saturday, we got an alert on our phone around 12:30 a.m. that there was rotation. It was a tornado warning, so we got up, and we were actually here at the cabin. And so we were kind of scared because we're on this big mountain. And then just a few minutes, we got another alert saying urgent. So we flipped on the local news, and they had it right over the little, we call them hollers, hollows, whatever, they're hollers around here, was right over our holler. The name of our holler, and it said rotation, tornado. So, and it was bad. The weather was so bad. These trees were laying down, thunder, lightning, hail. So we jumped in the side-by-side, and our other home is not far from here. So we ran to the other home. And by the time we got there, there was a calm in the storm. It kind of calmed down, and then it picked right back up again. But anyways, thank the Lord. There were so many prayers going up that it would not touch down, because it would devastate where we live. No one has basements. No one has storm shelters. We've never had a tornado. We're not prepared. So it's got Keith and I thinking that maybe we should put a cellar in that will, you know, double as for our canned goods, our potatoes, onions and stuff in this mountain over here, like beside where our generators and stuff are, and also be a shelter because the weather patterns have changed or something. I mean, I'll be 44 this year, and I've never known of a tornado touching down here. But I'm so thankful that it did not hit the ground. Wherever it was, it didn't come down far enough to hit the ground, or however that works. But it was a scary, scary night. And the other home lost electricity. But, you know, it doesn't affect us up here. But the other home has 2 refrigerators and 2 deep freezers that we have to keep running. So we had to, you know, fire up a generator. And I'm sorry I'm rambling, but in order for us to run all that, there was a big loud generator going, and that home is right close to the garden. So when I film that garden content, I think it's just gonna have to be scrapped, because I don't want to watch a video where you can't hear the person talking, and I know you don't either. So I may have to refilm it. So, but if you could pray for all the people in London and Somerset that has lost everything. But back to today's video. Today, I was just going to show you how we power our little off-grid cabin. And before I go over how we run this little off-grid cabin, I was going to show you what Keith found me. Isn't this so cute? And it fits so well because we have horses and we have buggies, but my mom was like, put it down low or put a long cord on it so the boys can ring it a lot. So, but I think I'll hang it right on, I think it'll go about right here. Keith said, I'll paint it for you. And I was like, no, I like it. I like the rusticness. But I think it'll go right there. I think that'll look good. And I'm also going to be, I have bought some plants, and I'm going to repot those. I don't have any pretty pots. That is another thing with living in a small town. That's another reason I like to be prepared. And this is so simple. Might not mean much to people, but like I said, I live in a tiny, tiny town. We have a Dollar General and a Family Dollar. The Dollar General is closed down right now for some unknown reason. They say renovated, but it was newly built, so I don't know. We've heard different things. But so we needed to get some stuff at the Family Dollar. Nothing major, but we needed stuff. We went Saturday, shut down, said that there was a system error, you couldn't get nothing. So that is one reason that I like the journey of being more self-sufficient, prepared, that it doesn't bother me, which it didn't bother us that bad, that it was shut down. But I just wanted to get some pots, some pretty pots for my flowers, but I do have some here that I can use until then. But I feel like that's more common anymore. It's like you go to a store and you can't get what you need. You really can't. You have to just settle, or you don't get it at all. And it may just be my little small town I live in. But I'm going to replant those. I forgot what they're called. I have to look on it. But I'm trying to get more house flowers. They say they clean the air. So I would like, I've bought a couple of them. And then we'll get into how we supply this little off-grid cabin with power. And it's super simple. I had my dish mats drying on the back porch. If you want anything to dry, just bring it to the back porch. There's always a breeze, and it dries in no time. But here is my little house plants I got. I need to replant them. Keith also got me some ferns for the back porch while we were in Ohio. And if you're wondering what that little box is there, that's an outdoor shower. We do have an indoor shower too. I'm not sure how our garden's going to do this year. We've had so much rain. We were looking at our portable tomato plants. Some of them look okay. We planted 72. But some of them, they're just so spindly, I just don't know. Maybe they'll come out of it. They're giving rain for like 4 days out of the week next week too. So, and severe storms Tuesday. I hope I got that on camera. My little hummingbird came by. There's all kinds of honeysuckle growing just off from the cabin. And I see it, it's down there in it. Oops, I'm gonna break it. That'd be real great. I got one replanted in a bigger pot. I want to get a prettier base. But this will work for now. I just cleaned this back porch, now I'm going to get it dirty. My mom came over today and I cooked her a big meal. And where my family didn't have electricity yesterday, we all gathered on this back porch yesterday and I cooked them a big meal. And then I also made them a big dessert, served them all. They were fussing at me because I wouldn't sit down, and I did at the end, but I was just trying. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but even at a young age, I always like to serve people. When people are at my house, I like to make them feel welcome, and I want to serve them. I don't want them to have to get up. I try to put all the food around in the middle of the table, and that way we can just eat and have conversation. But sometimes that gets me fussed at, especially by my mom and mother-in-law. And it's all in good that they just want me to sit down and rest. But okay, here's this one. I'll water them. Let me clean my mess up. I'm gonna give them some water. Look at my chicken cup my daughter bought me. I take my coffee to work in this. That's fitting because I love my chickens. That one was super, super dry. Okay, so the way we run electricity or power, however you want to say it, to our little off-grid cabin is through the day we use our solar, which is 3 200 AH 12 volt batteries, and then we have 4 solar panels hooked to that, which we have more, we just haven't hooked them up yet. We use that to run the fridge, So they're on this fridge. I'm like 5'4". It's like the apartment size fridge and freezer. It's kind of full right now and messy, but anyway, we use the solar to run the fridge and the ceiling fan. I don't always plug the ceiling fan up before, in the morning, but if it's gonna be warm, I'll plug it up, or I'll use one of our, we've got the battery operated rechargeable fans. I'll use one of those because we're usually not here during the day, but it's just to circulate air. But we usually kick the fridge on and the ceiling fan about 7 o'clock in the morning. So through the night, we use our generator, and I'll show you what we have. So there's bugs everywhere. About 7 or 8 o'clock at night, when it's hot out, we will kick on a generator. We have two 3500 Generacs. We alternate them every few days. We'll run them. That way it's not so hard on them. But 1 5-gallon of gas will last 3 days. So, and gas is about $2.89 a gallon where we live. So monthly, if living here full time, we would spend right around $120 a month on fuel for the generator. Once we get our solar up to par, we hopefully won't be spending that much, but in cost comparison to our other home, which the electric bill through the summer can get up to $350. So I mean, 120 versus 350, much better. So with our little solar system, you can see we've got the 4 panels right here, and then I'll show you what the system looks like. And I'll show you what the system looks like on the inside. And here's our little solar setup, nothing fancy. There is one plug-in that comes in from the generator that's right behind where the solar is, and that's what we plug all the appliances and stuff into, well, the fridge. But, and also what we use during the day, I wanted to show you. And our solar is Renogy. That's who makes the our little solar system, our little solar setup. But here is what I use during the day if we're here and I don't want to turn the generator on and the solar is already, maxed out with the ceiling fan and the fridge, which it would probably run the TV no problem. I just don't do it. But if we wanted to watch some TV and I wanted to turn some lamps on, this is what I use. We just have this little power station. I think you get them on Amazon for less than $200. It charges everything. It can run the lights all day, sometimes 2 days, if you're just running one of these little lamps. And our house has this cabin has quite a bit of windows in it and doors, so only one lamp is sufficient. Plus the ceiling fan has a light. But I use this, and if you're going to watch TV and run the lamp, it'll only run about 4 hours, which you can buy the bigger ones. But I love these. And it's the Blue Eddy 600 watt. And I got all this on Amazon. But that's how we power this little off-grid cabin. We're not electricians. We didn't know anything about solar. We watched City Prepper, I think is his channel, to hook our solar up. But we have so many projects coming up. We're wanting to build the connecting decks, put the siding on. We have a fun project coming up. I don't know if I'll get to film it or if we'll even get our ducks in a row to get it done this year, but if I do, I'll let you all know. But I'm going to include some clips of our trip to Ohio, to Amish country, to the horse sale. But if that's not your thing, I understand. And I thank you for watching this far, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. It is 12. It's midnight, and we are heading out. We should be sitting there in the next. We should be there in the next 6.5 hours, maybe 7. It's a little over 6 hours if we don't stop, but we have to stop and get some diesel. We are at the horse sale, the second one. We've already been to one, and I couldn't get any video because they had a sign up saying no video, no pictures, nothing. But that was a bust. They didn't have anything that we would want. They did have a cute little, what'd you call it?
The man?
Yeah, the dwarf.
Yeah.
They did have a dwarf pony. It was tiny, but Keith said the vet bills would be bad. So we didn't even stay and watch it sell. So I don't know what it what it went for. But we are at another one. Maybe we'll do good here. We're looking for maybe a mare or another pony. But it started out really cool down here this morning. It was in the 40s, but it's warmed up pretty good now. And there's no one here yet. But that other sale, it got pretty crowded. And then there's another one that we're going to be going to tomorrow. So hopefully, out of all these sales, we'll find something. We're hoping.
$3.50 today. Anybody on a late road for $3.50? Somebody out there, you hand out $5. It's $5 out of your pocket. You don't $5.
In the distance there, they're showing their horses and getting them ready for the sale. I don't know if you can see them going around that track. How sweet. Show Kinsey. How old is it? It's pretty.
2-year-old. 2-year-old.
What number?
218.
Keith's kind of loving this one. Oh.
335. That 335 here. 335, 5,000, 6,000. Bidding up 5,000 here. That 560. Bidding up 5,000. $5. Bidding up 57, 6 here. The 5,700, 6 down in a bit. 5,700, here we go. Hit it else. 5,700 is bid. $6,000.